I don't know if you want to answer this.
I didn't know if you
put it out, but like we're nerds. We saw these things. We're like, I don't know.
Our gears have been rolling since we watched this.
Crazy. Diabolical. It's really cool. Yeah, preying on the kindness of people for sure.
I love you guys.
Yeah. Nolan did more research on this than I did, but I grew up on true crime stuff too, and there was a killer that admitted to breaking into like over 100 homes before he ever even interacted with a person. Like he would be like, we did one and I didn't really like how it looked, but I was so embarrassed to do it in front of them again. I was like, yeah, we got it. And then once I got them out, I did it again by myself.
We're redoing that. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
My God.
I love that. What?
But she's the little girl that he waves at after committing that horrible murder.
Oh my God.
We did that at my house.
I love that.
But I'm excited for you guys to see like where we went. Like we were.
We're excited.
I'm very pumped.
When we got together, he said something that kind of got my brain going, and then I said something that got his going, and we kind of cracked the code. And so now I'm so excited to get started on part 3.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm excited for you guys. That's awesome.
Is it gonna be like a cat and mouse where it's like a cop trying to catch him, or is it gonna be inside the mind of the killer, or how's it gonna be? Like, who are you following? I mean,
I can't reveal that yet.
You're killing me. All right.
Well, welcome back to another episode of VHS. I'm Zach.
Hey, I'm Ryan, and on today's episode, we have some awesome guests. It's the director and writer to Looky-loo. Guys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Jason Zink, the director of Looky-loo and Looky-loo Part 2.
And I'm Nolan Mihail. I'm the writer of Looky-loo and Looky-loo Part 2 and the voice of the Looky-loo killer.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you guys on. We're super stoked to talk to you because we love the film. And that was one thing we did notice. I love that both you guys played the main character. Like, you know, Jason, you played the actual character itself, and then Nolan, you got to voice him at the end because there's really no voice until the very end, which, again, such a cool concept.
I love it, yeah.
Love this film. But so before I just start fanboying and start talking all craziness, I want to know how did you guys actually overall come up with this? Like, what sparked the idea? Where did this come from?
It was kind of an accident. We had a totally different movie that we were working on. We were in pre-production, and we were pretty like dead set on doing it, and had the full script, and we had people casted and all this stuff, and we had this van we were going to use. We were like ready to go, basically. Yeah. But we were testing cameras for low light capabilities because it was still going to be found footage. And as I'm walking around the streets of my town at like 2:00 in the morning, I started kind of creeping myself out. And like, there was a time I was walking down an alley and somebody passed by the opening of the alley and they had no idea that I was there. And it kind of freaked me out. And so, so I told Nolan, I was like, hey, I just texted him. Text is not the best way to communicate ideas. And I was like, what if we did like a POV found footage movie? And Nolan misunderstood that and thought that I meant that the guy would be a documentarian or a filmmaker. And so the idea is, I'm stealing Nolan's line, what he usually says, but the idea came from both of us and neither of us at the same time.
That is so cool. That's so fun. I love how it evolved almost like a happy accident like that, which is so cool. So when we were first watching this film, you do it so, like, it's such raw footage to where it's so believable.
Yes.
I was genuinely asking Ryan, like, what if this all is real?
Yeah.
And they're literally just found, people in the film don't even know they're getting filmed. Like, it was that, like you do it so well to where it does feel like, dude, this could be real.
It was crazy.
So it was a very cool concept. Like, whenever there was a person who was shouting, like, hey, what do we do with that camera? I was like, that might have been someone literally shouting at them when they're making this movie. Because we just love how, like, again, you're just real and enveloped.
You sold the authentic side of it very well. It was, I don't know, we loved it. We loved the POV version of it. It's crazy.
Like, this was originally, I have never seen Black Christmas before, like, this past year, and I was told it was a POV killer style movie. And I thought, going into it, I thought it was going to be what your movie was. I thought the whole movie was going to be POV, and it wasn't. And I was like, that's kind of a bummer. And I watched this one, I was like, this is what I wanted. I want this. I want no dialogue. I want to just be inside the mind of a killer. This is, like, it. Another thing, too, I wanted to tell you guys, it was just such an awesome concept I don't see much. You didn't have much like jump scares, no like sound, no music. It was really cool. I love that, but it built the tension so well. It made it feel so real. So it was very, very unique like that. But I'll let you ask some questions. I know we have a whole laundry list of things to ask these guys.
Shoot. All right. Dang. Well, give me a second now. I'm on the spot.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Two things real quick. First off, sorry about my cat. She's causing chaos behind me right
now. I love it. No worries.
But did you guys only watch the first one, or did
we watched part one? We haven't watched part two yet.
We were gonna ask you when like the actual release is
part two already out?
No, we're at festivals right now. So
you were at the festival that I went, the Hysteria one, but I wasn't there on the day you guys had the showing. I was like, what?
Oh my
What are the chances? Like, so like I came in like later that evening whenever I met up with you. So we saw part one, and we were wondering when like the major release for part two is gonna be.
We're so
hyped.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still on that cliffhanger.
Yeah. No, that's great. So we're still trying to figure that part out. We're on the festival circuit right now. So yeah, I guess when we get closer, I thought I already sent you screener for part two, but I'll send it to you, and then maybe we can come back on to talk about part two.
We would love that so much. That'd be great. Because another thing I love about movies, like certain, because we're horror movie nerds, we watch so many of them. So there's always the tropes. The ones that break the mold really stands out to me, and I love the way you guys ended it. Whenever you don't have a happy ending, whenever you have something that's so real, again, it's just my favorite, and you guys nailed it with that to where it's really a continuation to where you're just like, all right, he got away with everything, and you're just gonna do it in a new town.
And it does. It makes everybody eager for part two to come out because you're like, this is gonna pick back up right where it left off. Probably, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good stuff.
There's definitely a lot of fun.
Heck yeah. Let me see. How long did it take for like the filming process of part one? And did you guys go directly into that, just like streamlining off that into part two, and then you're like, we'll just split it and then like kind of keep continuing on with that one? How'd that work?
So part one was kind of like, actually both movies, but they were both like kind of disjointed. Like you would kind of film scenes or arcs with people, and then maybe we would take a break. So it's like Nolan and I were just talking about this. We're like, maybe we actually only filmed each movie for 2 weeks or so, but it was spread out over the course of like a year because you would just like
chunk of it here and then chunk of it there. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a lot less than
probably 2 to 3 weeks for each movie, but it's like it took us probably a year and a half for part two and maybe like a year for part one. Is that about right, Nolan? What do you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, because last summer, Last summer we were doing the festival rounds for part one and filming and started filming.
We were like ending the festival circuit on part one and filming.
Rocking and rolling,
I can say that as far as like the buffer between movies, there wasn't a lot. Basically, we were still in the festival run, and I was like, we were just kind of talking. It always ends up being this thing where like, we're going to hate ourselves for doing this. But one of us will pitch, and I don't remember if it was me or you, but I was like, but it's like, we got to start writing part two. We got to start filming part two as soon as possible so that we can hit it with a sequel.
I think it's the best way to do it too. You don't take a break. You just keep.
You're under the gun. You can just keep rolling.
Yeah. But I ended up writing a script really, really quickly, and then kind of like fleshing it out. Like we fleshed it out together and kind of, but like we were auditioning people before we'd even finalized the script. Like some people read versions of the script that like were not shot.
Never even made it.
So it's I guess to the outside observer, it probably would have looked at frantic, but it really was kind of controlled. We knew what we were doing this time.
I mean, you always learn. The more you do it, you get better and better. So I mean, that's just so cool how much of a whirlwind you kind of had going back to back.
And to be fair, Nolan and I agreed that it was going to be a trilogy kind of from the get-go.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. And so we kind of knew, I mean, there were a lot of pieces that weren't in place yet.
But you kind of knew big, like, steps of it where you kind of knew, like, the story of, like, X, Y, and Z, and then we'll build around that.
Yeah, and so, and Nolan and I kind of agreed, kind of like we used, a lot of people like what they like about the movie is how real it feels, how grounded it feels in reality. And so we had nicer equipment than we used on part one because we were like, well, it just wouldn't make any sense for this guy to start at this level. He's got to start as a basic consumer who's barely ever shot anything before.
So that's one interesting thing that Ryan noticed during the movie. In his editing room, there's like VHS tapes. So we were wondering, like, so did he do this growing up, like before the digital age? He was always a voyeur, and then he eventually kind of evolved into killing.
Nolan, I don't know if you want to answer this.
I didn't know if you.
But like, we're nerds. We saw these things. We're like, I don't know.
Our gears have been rolling since we watched this.
I'm so glad that you guys noticed that because I put so much into both movies, really, but like so much into it that was like literally just based off of like research. Like I did a lot of research on real serial killers, and especially like
you painted the picture
serial
so
killers.
well, by the way. Yeah.
Thank you. But it's like serial killer psychology, and psychological profiling of serial killers. So yes, those were deliberately sort of set dressing pieces that that sort of suggested that he this is kind of a thing that he does. It is an escalation, you know, like there are things that are common to all serial killers, or to an alarming number of serial killers, I'll say, like head trauma at an early age, killing animals or cruelty to animals, things like that, which he may not have had, but like weird like sexual proclivities and things like that. So he probably had some degree of all of those things. Although I will say our killer does not harm animals.
Yeah, I know. We did notice that with the cats. Now, another thing we'd love that gave us the hint that he has done this so long on top of your set pieces was his confidence level going through this film, to where he wasn't nervous going into the people's homes.
He levels up. Yeah,
he does constantly. Like, you know, he almost wants to get caught. Whenever he has the wanted poster, he puts it on the windshield, like, yeah, I was here, or like. I
like the confidence and the ingenuity of just like looking for keys and then taking it the extra mile of like, I'm gonna make a copy of this, put it back, like crazy.
Diabolical. It's really cool. Yeah, preying on the kindness of people for sure.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so solid with so much stuff. Like, we can geek out on it. It's crazy.
Oh, thank you so much. But the key copying scene was really cool to see play at movie theaters, because the whole audience, as soon as he walks up to the key copier, we're like, oh my God.
We lost
our shit. We were like, dude, he's got to put it back so they think they're safe, but now he's got an in.
It's great.
It's so,
the door's always open.
So
it's always open. And since he's like a prowler, he knows the routines.
And that's the thing. That's how calm he is with everything. He's not rushed. This isn't a break-in. He knows. He's been watching them for weeks.
This is home away from home.
You know, he knows their patterns. Like the one girl isn't even all the way up the stairs before he's in the house, right? He knows them so well, and he's been watching them for so long, and he loves to push the envelope.
Yes.
The scene whenever he's in the closet, and the one gal, Kelly, is sleeping, and he comes out. I thought he was gonna kill her. I thought that was gonna be the first kill scene, and he puts the blanket over her. That's 10 times more creepy than killing her. I was like, oh my God! And then he pets her hair, and then we're losing our shit, and he pets it again, and we're like, dude, she's gonna wake up. He does it again, and we're like, pulling her hair out. It was incredible.
And we
love the escalation when he finally does get caught. You know, he kills. He likes to. It seemed that to us at least, it seemed that he wasn't used to killing yet. He was more voyeurish because his kills are all different, right? He kills one with a box cutter. He suffocates another one. It's not a pattern. Like it's not like something he has established yet, right? I think the one.
It's like testing the waters.
For me, it almost happened, and he was almost like, I kind of want to do that again. I kind of want to get more, and then he kind of likes it more. Is that kind of what you were thinking for him, or are we off base?
Well, yeah, no. There was a serial. I mean, Nolan did more research on this than I did, but I grew up on true crime stuff too, and there was a killer that admitted to breaking into like over 100 homes before he ever even interacted with a person. Like he would.
Whoa.
See, that's
you, Ryan. I'm sorry. Yeah, right first call. Ryan called that. That's fucking so crazy.
I was curious. I was like, was this based off some sort of like serial killer or something you guys heard about that you probably got like some sort of information on that you fleshed out and like established more on? Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, sadly, there are quite a few serial killers that'll make you feel safe at home. But there are quite a few serial killers who did that. I think Jason, you're talking about the Gainesville Ripper, right?
Yeah, I think
And
that's it.
yeah, and
Ooh.
he's the
That-
he was a part of the wasn't he a part of the like the inspiration for the Scream movies as well?
Yes, that's
Oh, no
that's
way.
where
That's
Yeah.
wild.
where I heard about it, was because I was listening to a podcast about
I have
Scream,
to look that up. That's
and they
crazy.
talked about
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so to your question about the videotapes too, it's like we're not answering clearly yet. I mean, at some point things will become a little more clear, but like you're only getting to see the movie that he edited together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So-
Yes.
So you should assume as an audience member that there's more you aren't seeing, whether they were failed
100%.
attempts. Maybe there were people he started viewing and then was like, yeah, this isn't interesting, and decided not to do it. Maybe there's other victims. Like, we didn't want to give too many answers about that stuff. But I try to avoid reviews in general, but Nolan looks at a lot of stuff. And like, usually the complaints that people have, it's like, well, this doesn't make sense. And we're like, well, but you just don't get to see everything.
Yeah,
Like
To us, no, it made total sense. That's one of the things we loved
We
about
made
it.
note about that. We were like, I like that you don't get to see like his day to day. I like that you're literally watching what he shows you. That's all you get to see is what he's edited, because it's more real in that sense, where you're literally just being shown.
It trims the fat of all the buffer. Like we don't need all that. We're in it for.
You're more in the body and mindset
really
of this killer too, and like the tension building is like throughout. It's crazy.
And you do it without scores and without music. It's so good.
Yes.
Like his mannequin, whenever he steals clothes and dresses the mannequin, and her scent.
The creep factors.
The creep factor of just that.
Oh.
You don't have to do anything. You just show it, and it's just like, dude, this dude's so fucked up.
Crazy. Yeah.
I should probably send this to you. There's like a behind the scenes documentary that my students shot on the first film, and when I sniff the mannequin, or when Nolan and I sniffed the mannequin, I had like 13 Purdue students behind me, and it felt very surreal, and I felt like a creep. Like, it was weird.
Right.
So we did one, and I didn't really like how it looked, but I was so embarrassed to do it in front of them again. I was like, yeah, we got it. And then once I got them out, I did it again by myself.
We're redoing that. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Oh my God.
I love that. So one question I wanted to have for you guys too. What is each of your favorite scene from part 1? Because we haven't seen part 2 yet.
Yeah.
Like, if you had to pick one, or favorite part of the movie in general, or if you don't have a specific.
They're like,
thing,
we're already filming part 3. We're on part
I know.
4.
I'm pulling you back to your OG moment there.
Yeah.
This is kind of dumb. It's definitely not the most compelling scene in the movie, but to me it was just kind of a special, fun thing. Is the home I go into where he puts the flyer underneath the windshield wiper.
Yes. They're having dinner, playing a game or something. Yeah.
Yes. So that's my buddy Rob that I've been friends with since high school. He's like my best friend. And I went over his house. I just was like, hey, we're going to do this. And they didn't want the kids to be fake or be creeped out. So they were just like, hey, Jason's going to come fill this thing, but while we're waiting for him to get set up, let's just play.
So they really didn't know. Oh my God, it's so genuine. I love that.
That's crazy.
We were like, off air, we were talking about like, God, I hope some of these, like, I was wondering if, one, some of these houses were your friends' houses, or some of these people were people you knew.
Yes.
And two, I already talked about, like, we were kind of questioning, like, is some of this, like, legit? Like,
Is there some real,
do they not know they're being filmed right now?
Not knowing, recordings
That is so
happening.
fun to know that literally was your friend's house, and they were.
What a
legit.
cool,
That's so
like,
fun.
little vignette to them to show off. Like, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
And
And
Yeah,
what
they
about
probably-
you?
They're probably not going to show their friends soon, but one day. But
It's cool.
Hey guys, look at that. Yeah, look at this movie.
It's awesome.
Like, what is
So I'll give my actual cinematic and favorite scene, which for me it's one shot, and it's when he's outside of the house and she's washing the dishes. For me, that shot is like really haunting. I thought that's like,
He doesn't know she's being watched, and the audience
Yeah.
knows.
It's like
a lot
right
of that.
in front
A
of
lot
her,
of that. Like, you're literally flexing your chair, like.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
For a while, I thought that could have been like a poster. You know what I mean? Like, to have
Yeah.
that and then just all this darkness or whatever. But it's hard to do a poster from a killer's point of view.
It is, yeah.
But
you have to
as
know
we
about
found
it,
out,
right?
I love what we have now. but no, my honestly, my favorite scene is the scene my daughter's in. We almost didn't get it, Jason. Like you were at my house for I think less than an hour to shoot that bit. But she's the little girl that he waves at after committing that horrible murder.
Oh my God!
We did that
crazy.
At my house.
I love that.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was a proud dad moment because she was like she was like improvising a little bit. She made up a line. She was like, "Dad, could you come here?" or whatever.
That's so
like
cool. Yeah,
she was super in tune with it, even though she had no idea what kind of movie we were shooting.
Right, you're not gonna be like, "Hey, here's the context of the situation."
Yeah.
But
yeah. But yeah, well, and it's a haunting image for me as a parent, you know, especially, you know, it's scary. It's scary. And I think it also speaks a little bit to the Looky-loo killer's psychology a little bit there too. Like he waves to her, you know.
Yeah. Right. I like it because it adds to like how much of a threat he is. And you guys captured small town so freaking on the nose. There were so many times throughout when we were watching, we're like, is this our street over here? Like, what is going on here? Like,
so we
just
definitely lived in the Midwest
through and through.
Just like, there was a couple moments where like, dude, this looks like it's coming down my street. This is crazy.
But that being said, just showing how like they can be so close to home in these places that you feel so safe and at ease at, where people are leaving keys, keys under flower pots and like doing all these things where it's like, it's crazy, and it's like it's eye-opening because it's like it almost takes me back to like you guys said with like the whole serial killer streamline in like the 70s where like there was way more threats back then where it was just so easy, but like this guy's doing it in these small like American hometowns where there aren't a lot of Ring doorbells still. There are still like all these things going on where it is like a time capsule like in some of these places. And I don't know, you guys captured it really well. That scene too, yeah, you're right. It definitely shows the threat level and how like close to home it really is. Where like a kid's just right there. It's crazy. Right after something like that, it's wild.
It adds to realism. It definitely shows how he can switch gears and mask and change, or just like how his mentality is towards kids versus adults. You know, if he had shit happen to him as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That's part of his MO. Yeah. You're picking up on stuff that was very deliberate. So I'm glad that that's been effective. That's been.
He painted it very well, but it wasn't like it was. Everything was subtle, but that's again what we love about it. It's subtle, but it's still painted such a great picture.
We're definitely fanboying, just like a little. We do,
bit but like it was such a fun watch. It broke the mold. It's something different because we've seen all sorts of movies. Of course, we've seen found footage, but there's just things that are either lacking or just things that are sometimes they just things over the top for the story.
This was a fresh idea,
but this is a very really unique idea. It's one of those ones that's simplistic, but because of the simplicity, you don't get lost in like all the little small details because you don't need all the extra stuff. You just need to see how this killer is roaming around. You kind of get to know his MO, like you were saying, but you get to know it by his actions, by what he sees and what he shows. Right? You don't have to. There's no dialogue. There's no exposition. It's all visuals and just creep factors, which is so fun.
Yes, so, it's great.
Yeah. Well, we like made some rules. Like I don't know, I realized it the other day about myself in a lot of ways in life. I think I'm a purist, and so like we kind of were like we got asked on another podcast a while back about part one, like if we were tempted to do some more movie like things, and we were like, no, not really, because we just set it up at the beginning.
Thank God, I love it. Yes,
needs to feel real. Like it kind of drives me nuts. There are good movies that do this too, but most of the time I get bummed out when I turn on a found footage movie and they're just sitting and talking to the camera, over explaining everything, or there's suddenly a needle drop that makes no sense or whatever. So it was kind of restrictive, but it was also kind of freeing that we were just like, no, it's all real.
You really need those stones unturned too, as well. I don't want to be explaining everything. I want to guess.
I feel like that's what we're lacking.
That's why we have so many questions for you. We want to know, like, are we off base? Are we right? Like that's what gets the viewer, in my opinion, like more engaged with it, to where you don't have all the answers. You get to kind of fill in the blanks yourself, right? It's like why Jaws was so good. You didn't see the shark, right? You got to imagine how creepy it was, right? So that's kind of how this was, where you don't know everything. You get to have that caricature of an evil villain in your head. So you make up the monster. Everyone has their own version of the monster. And so when you don't explain it, everyone's version is creepy. So I love it. Yeah.
A question I had was, how long have you guys both been working like in the film industry, and how long have you guys been working together just in general?
I started probably, let me think. I started in college, like really making movies. I guess the first thing I ever made was like long form was 2009 when we released it. But like we've kind of buried that project. It was just an experimental thing. We got what we got out of it. And then we moved on to horror pretty shortly after that because that's my comfort food. So my first horror movie was 2013. So haven't really stopped since then. And Nolan and I think we discovered that we started working together in like 2020.
Yeah, because it was COVID. It was COVID, and I'd just written basically Straight Edge Kegger had come out, and there was a screening that I wanted to go to in Lafayette that I wasn't able to make it to. But I'd seen like the trailer and some of the teasers and stuff, and I just thought they were so cool. And as it happened, I had written a punk rock slasher film. So for me, I've been writing screenplays since I was in high school, but I would be horribly misleading to say I've been in the movie industry because I was just writing them, like to learn to write them. It was like a weird sort of thing that I did, but I reached out and I was like, hey, I'd love it if you'd read this and let me know kind of what you think. And I was like, we were both from Northwest Indiana originally, and we were both really into punk rock and movies. And I mean, he gave me his thoughts and stuff. We had a phone call, like a conversation on the phone. And then I think it might have been like a month later, like you reached out to me and you were like, hey, do you want to work on this thing? And I was like, yep. And we've been working together.
Let's do it.
We've been working together steadily since then. Yeah.
That is so fun. Yeah. So I love that. Well, I mean, bouncing off of that as well, like going to your past, what is, I guess, what's some staple horror movies what's your favorite horror movie that you guys loved growing up? I know before we, got on, Jason, you told us about Rear Window. I share that vibe with you as well. But like, is there one that stuck out that either is up your top tier or one that always has nostalgia for you? I'd love to hear, what your guys' thoughts are on that.
It's going to sound kind of like a standard answer, but it's true. Scream.
That's good.
Scream had such a profound impact on me at a young age and brings back a lot of nostalgic vibes. So in my foyer of my house, it's like a shrine to Scream. I have like posters, VHS tapes. I have Billy's cell phone. I have it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and the OG
Scream, that's another one that's so cool, like in general, where I feel like, at the very beginning where it's the calls come from that house. Like there's so many cool stuff about that. It's so neat.
Heck yeah.
So I love that.
I mean, just the twist at the end.
I mean, I know.
That's crazy.
They have so many good stuff. How about you, Nolan?
Mine is, I think, also kind of basic, but it's The Shining.
Dude, yes.
I was too young when I watched The Shining, but I've probably watched that more than any other horror movie. I watch it every year, just about, and I'm still finding new details and new things to new rabbit holes to fall.
Kubrick is such a genius with things, so in general.
Dude, all of his films, there's always crazy
so
stuff
many things
laced in there.
Performances were just like Shelley Duvall. I know she was horribly treated on that.
Honestly,
set,
she was treated shitty, and she kind of fell off the map after that because of that. But did they get a performance off of it?
But I have to say that her she was always an amazing actor, but I've never believed an actor more than Shelley Duvall in that movie. I think that was one of the greatest performances ever committed to film. I'm just so amazed by that work that she did. And I regret that she went through what she went through, though. I think that's kind of horrible. So it does kind of taint the movie for me just a little bit, but it did kind of show me what a horror movie could be at a very young age.
Those are both solid films. I do share that. I first saw that when I was at my aunt's house. We had a big sleepover. I was 8 years old, and they busted that bad boy out because I am the youngest of my siblings. So we had a bunch. It was a horror movie fest. So that was my first introduction to horror was that. So it was. But ever since then, I have been kind of obsessed. And then we always watch, fun stuff. But,
fun stuff. Hell yeah.
Ryan, what would be your favorite?
Dude, fuck. Well, I mean, The Shining's obviously, that's up there. Scream is amazing. I was exposed to the stuff back as a kid. I like those like weird, cheesy stuff, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like those 80s, there's just something about them where I'm just like, oof. Practical effects, like just over the top sometimes, where it's just like, oh, I don't know. There's something about it. That's a sweet spot for me.
They're fun.
I don't know. I love that type of deal. That's always gonna be something for me.
I love that. Like, I love the stuff. I have like the signed like stuff pint or whatever.
What? You got a pint of it?
Yeah. But actually, you probably can't even see it. But right, I can't point. I'm broken. But I have a Killer Clowns from Outer Space poster right there, actually. And then I brought up Texas Chainsaw 2. Like, I'm a big sucker for sequels that were weird. Like, they're not necessarily better, but they're interesting. Like, Sleepaway Camp 2, Slumber Party Massacre 2. Like, I love that.
Yeah, so cool. I love that. That's fun.
Heck yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that too. Another question I had for you guys was, and this is like more geared towards the film again, I feel like you're definitely setting a tone for Midwest, and we're seeing these different seasons. Does our like main villain, does he ever take a break during winter? Is that a time where he's just kind of like off season and then like he goes hunting during like spring, summer, autumn type of deal? What are we thinking there? Because like I was curious in my own regard, just because like I feel like snow, there's gonna be footprints, there's gonna be things left behind. Is he kind of like holding himself back? Sorry. You guys answer.
It's a really great question. You will get a more definitive answer when you watch part 2, I guess.
Oh my God, winter is coming.
Love it.
All right.
I cannot wait. This is so cool.
Yeah, but we were very intentional about making sure that things did make sense, and not that they go in a chronological order. We don't say that.
Okay. They don't need to. I
like that.
There's actually like seeds in part 1 to hint at the fact that it's out of order. Like this won't,
I know, that's gosh.
This won't spoil anything for anybody, but it is kind of an Easter egg if you notice that before we ever get introduced to Kelly Lou on film, her a piece of mail from her house is on his desk in the editing room.
God, I can't believe we missed that. I love that.
And we did it on purpose so you could be like, oh, wait a second, maybe he's not showing us things in the order that they actually occurred. Which helped us, honestly, because we're like, oh my gosh, if this has to go in sequential order.
You can have things mix match.
I like it when it's mix match because you can like kind of put it together in your own head. You know what I mean? That. Exactly.
Yeah, and you can fill in the gaps.
It's a little
yourself.
jigsaw, if you will. It's good.
It's fun. Yeah. Gosh, I'm just so excited to actually see part 2 and how things ramp up.
I definitely am as well. Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be good.
If I didn't send you the link, I'll send you one after this. I mean, you can hold off if you want, but I'll send it to you.
Oh, you're gonna send us the link so we can actually watch it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. So
don't post it anywhere, but yeah.
Yeah, we won't do any reviews on it. We'll wait till everything's like said and done, but we definitely would love to watch it.
We will record our reaction, but we'll wait to post that until after it's released.
Heck yeah.
When do you guys plan on releasing that one? No, it's no big deal.
Yeah, we've got some other festivals in the fall, and we're talking to some distributors, and we're not exactly sure what the plan is yet. So our goal, mine and Nolan's, is to like by the time the fall is wrapping up, we will have the plan in place. Okay. Because we're antsy to get it out there too. But but we also recognize that we rushed into making the sequel. Like we went straight from part 1 to part 2. Part 1's still growing, so we're like. We're not feeling as rushed to release part 2.
Yeah. I get that. Let the hype of part 1 still build. What festivals are you guys going to be taking part in?
Well, I think there's a good one getting announced tonight, but it hasn't happened yet, so I shouldn't say it. But
okay. Fair enough. No worries.
But we're gonna October 2nd, we'll be playing at Night Frights in Los Angeles. And like the night that we're playing, Saturday night, is. I don't know if that's the 2nd or not, but the night that we're playing is presented by Dread Central and stuff. And one of our consulting producers is out there, so that'll be cool. It should be a really fun event to go to. So that's
awesome. That's gonna be good. Yeah.
Well, I think before that, in August, we're playing at Houston, right?
Oh, geez, yes, I didn't even think to say that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Houston Horror Film Fest. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, it's awesome.
All right.
And you guys have done the Hysteria. Have you guys done any other fests like prior to this, leading up?
Yeah, Hysteria was maybe like our fourth festival so far. We did our world premiere at Unnamed Footage Festival in San Francisco. And that festival, if you guys are into found footage, that festival is all found footage,
Definitely, yeah.
mockumentary kind of stuff. So it's
Okay.
a pretty cool weekend for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. What other questions you got on your plate? I got some more
on my
for
docket,
sure.
I don't know if I have. I think I asked a lot of mine. I mean, I was just so like I enjoyed it. I had no idea what I was getting into, so I love going to movies cold.
Yeah.
So this is where literally Ryan bumped into you, Jason, to talk to you.
I'm so happy that worked out the way it did, because honestly,
it's so
like,
serendipitous how like
it's crazy.
We're putting together like we are still a brand new channel. You know, we're gonna as much as we can pump you guys up. You know, but like we don't have much reach yet. But like we do.
All right.
It is just so funny that he bumped into you and found someone who's also doing a horror movie.
Yeah.
So when we were watching it, I was like, I don't know what we're getting into. Again, I didn't look you up when we watched this movie, so I had no idea like if this was like a major film or anything, nothing. I was just like, this could just be like, oh, right here found. That's why I was like, was this real? Did you just find a guy who made like a killer fucking snuff film or watching it?
Yeah.
Like, you guys did it. You pulled off so well. Where I was like, this could be real. This could be real, dude. By the way, you may have talked to a killer.
You captured it really well.
We appreciate that.
Very impressed with it. It broke the mold. It scored one of the highest that we have rated our films. So we're pretty nitpicky with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely check out the episode when we drop it.
yeah, I know. It'll be a second. Again, we're newer, so it takes me a while to edit some shit. But you know,
you're fine, man. We'll try to pump you up too.
Yeah, and I hope you guys don't mind. We do a lot of time when we're talking about clips. I do show visuals of the movie while we're talking about it. Is that
okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
especially part one's out. I mean, you can watch it over. So yeah, that's fine.
And we won't do anything about part 2.
I won't do anything about part 2. We'll watch it and review it, but we'll wait a long time before we post that one.
It'll be in the queue, just like dormant.
That sounds good. But I'm excited for you guys to see like where we went. Like we were.
We're excited.
I'm very pumped. Literally, probably it'll be 15 minutes after this call. After we're like, oh my god, I can't believe I was so nervous. What are we talking about? Yeah, we'll be watching it and be like just all pumped about part 2 because.
Well, I didn't even know we had access to it. Yeah, this is cool.
It's like Nolan and I knew where we were going, but like we had to kind of hold ourselves back with part 1. To make it make sense. So we were like kind of antsy to do part 2.
That makes why you're trying to rush into it because you have all these ideas. You're like, we gotta wait. You both sound a lot like me and Ryan,
dude,
where we jump into things very fast and we're very go. So that's very fun. That to know you guys are doing that with filmmaking, where you're like, all right, we have all these fun ideas. Let's hold back a second. Then we'll start fleshing out the.
I struggle with patience, and Nolan is trying to rein me in a little bit.
It's literally so similar to this.
That's crazy. The dynamics here. That's wild.
It's so fun.
Oh my goodness.
No, I've started. I'm actually looking at it right now. The outline for Looky-loo Part 3. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah. What we're kind of I've only taught him just a little bit of patience, I think. We're doing basically the same exact thing again.
You need that duality. I think you need that pressure.
When we were in St. Louis, Nolan and I went out to lunch and we were talking about the project and about part 3, and like we kind of had this missing piece that we couldn't figure out each individually, and then when we got together he said something that kind of got my brain going, and then I said something that got his going, and we kind of cracked the code, and so now I'm so excited to get started on part 3.
That's fun.
I'm excited for you guys. That's awesome. I love that dynamic because that's literally like we work with that all the time, where it's just like we have a piece of it and then someone else fills in the blank and boom, it's just like
it enhances each other. Where I'm thinking one way, Ryan will say something and vice versa. It's so fun.
I think the partnership is really, really important. I've said to Jason a bunch of times, like I think we're better together than we are individually. We just like click. So it's nice to have a partner that you can work with, and you can kind of go over the like sort of the minutia together, and you can hash out an outline. We kind of like there's sort of a I'm the writer and he's the director, but I love that there's a gray area sometimes for different things. Like it's never out of line to like for me to be like,
what
hey,
about
this would be a cool this would be a cool shot, or whatever.
No, I'm the director.
Yeah.
Right. That makes it so much easier. That collab makes everything so much better. Yeah. Rather you have those lines to be like, how dare you say that? Yeah.
It just makes things crazy. Yeah.
Well, so part one, there's a part where Jason touches the bathroom door while that woman's showering in there. And
yes.
And it's like you can sort of sense this sort of thing. So I remember this because it was I remember thinking about, like, I was basically like telling Jason what to do. I was like, hey, I want you to do this because I want to do something. And he's just like, well, why am I? Well, okay. But I realized, I was like, oh shit, I'm directing him. It's like, so it's kind of a cool thing that like the killer is made of the director and the writer. Like it is like it requires that level of cooperation and that level of like collaboration too.
Well, and truth be told, like the reason Nolan does the vocal work is because he's a great actor, and I don't pride myself an actor, so so sometimes it kind of takes Nolan giving me those character beats or what to do with my hand, because I'm too focused on all the things in the frame,
all the shots and everything.
Sometimes we've gotten used to it. I think now that we're kind of through part two, and even going into part two, we felt like, oh, we kind of know how this all works, and I understood the character better. But when part one was first happening, it started more like, I'll just try it and see how it looks, and then Nolan will like kind of give me input, and we'd go from there. So
fun. I mean, like having that yin and yang to where like you have those different mindsets, I think makes everything so much better. So the fact that you guys are willing to work together like that just is why this turned out so well.
Yeah,
so
it's like
this project is very, very
the
fun
iron
one.
sharpens iron type of deal. Like that's great. Yeah, I love that.
He'll never get rid of me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, if you guys need some extras for part three, just dead bodies, people walking by, let us know, dude.
We can walk by. We'll walk right by.
We'll do anything.
I do wonder. I do wonder if it'll be weird when we make our first like feature length traditional narrative film. Being like, I don't have to tell anyone to do it. I feel like that will be we'll get to get used to that change.
Another challenge, man. It's always a new fun thing.
No, it's if the Looky-loo killer got a best acting award or something like that, which he wouldn't, but if he did, we would have to split it in half. We would have to.
Of course.
Yeah, I love it. That was a very fun concept that we found. That we're like, Jason, you played it, Nolan, you voiced him. It was very cool.
Yeah. A little sidebar: when you guys do release part two, if you guys are going around like promoting it again, if you guys are in town, dude, we would love to do like an in-person interview with you if you have time. I know that there's probably like a small window, but we would love to do that if we'd ever get the chance.
Yeah. Well, and you guys really aren't that far from us, and I said, our buddy Don, who runs the record space in your town, like sometimes I'm in town just to do something random, not even film related. So
awesome. Yeah. Well, anytime you are, shoot a text. You got Ryan's number. Shoot him a text. Yeah. We'll definitely set something up. Because
I will. You know what? If nothing else, I know Don wants to set up an actual screening of part two at one of the theaters there. So, and we were kind of talking about the fall. So maybe we'll figure that out, and we'll time it out with you guys to come back on the pod.
That'd be awesome. We'd love that.
Yeah, actually, you guys should go to his screenings, the Cinematic Chaos screening.
I was literally about to ask the details to be like, I gotta be there. I want to see that.
Yeah.
He organizes some really cool stuff, like the Return of the Living Dead. He showed that there. He showed Repo Man. He shows a bunch of wild movies there at that movie theater in your mall.
Right.
He's cool. He's partnered, like he's done movies at the High Point, and then he also, I can't remember the other one, but then Galleria 6 Cinemas. We actually showed we showed Looky-loo there, the first one. Yeah.
No way, dude.
Okay.
God, I bet that'd be cool to watch on the big screen. That's fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, we'd love that. And then I have another question. This is just like not even like a crazy question, but the title, Looky-loo. I love the title. I was wondering where you guys came up with the idea, and if you had any other like alternative like workshop and ideas you had prior that you want to maybe slip, if you had any other ones.
So I'll be honest, if there were other titles, I don't recall. I bet there probably were. Maybe no one remembers. But Looky-loo, funny enough, was a placeholder title. Like we we started to recognize as we started to make it that the movie kind of resembled the original slasher movie Peeping Tom. And so I looked up synonyms for Peeping Tom, and Looky-loo was there. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Put it on there. And then we just kind of fell in love with it over time.
Right. The more
you started saying it, the more you're kind of like, actually, that's kind of
There's
good.
something,
I kind of like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's fun.
Do you remember other titles?
I don't. No, I don't remember other titles. I do remember some like bad ideas that I'd pitched at various points, and you were like, "No, I don't want to do that." Where I was going to have him directing the. There were a lot of like. It's weird because we basically started because of like how the idea developed. We were filming before there was a script. In fact, probably some of that footage that you shot, I don't know if it's in there anymore actually, but there was one scene that was shot, and it's like in the deleted scenes or whatever, that was shot before there was any kind of script or any idea, and it was very creepy. But like, yeah, we were kind of like spitballing ideas very, very quickly of like, how does it work? Kind of like devising how it worked, and I remember that being like kind of disappointed at the time, and now I'm just like, I'm so glad we didn't do that. I'm so glad that he's quiet. I think it's probably because as a writer I love dialogue and characterization.
Yeah.
So that was something I was wondering about, because I know you're the writer and you obviously had to write like what was going on in the scene, but because there was no dialogue, that would probably be challenging to be like, all right, how do I portray this without actually vocalizing it, right?
Yeah, I mean, the script is in like weird pieces. For part one, it was like it's like an outline, and I can't remember how long it was, but it wasn't a very long outline, and then each shoot we would like find what the location was, and then I would write a detailed outline just of that. So it was almost like the script itself was like a table of contents, and then there were like I don't know, 8 or 9 other like scripts that were just following like.
Well, and I'm saying Nolan's such a good writer, and so I'm very excited to now have part 2 be coming out and going into part 3, because part 1 he did do all this character work. There are backstories. These are real people. It's just you don't get to see all of it, and so I could see somebody, if they really just give it like a passing glance instead of really paying attention to the details of the movie, assuming that we just didn't do any of that work. But the truth is he did. I just said, well, we can't show that.
Yeah. Well, we kind of knew that going in, but I also like, I think what sold me on that the most was I love an Easter egg. I love an Easter egg.
I know, we do too.
Yeah. That's why I said I love you guys, because you guys noticed a bunch of them that people haven't asked about, actually.
We're so pumped. My laptop is dying. I'm going to grab a power cord. Otherwise, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm going to be right back on screen.
You're totally fine.
Some good follow-up questions, too, here in a second. I just want to say real quick, though, I love how you guys work together. You guys are like a freaking power team. It's powerhouse. It's good stuff. You guys, I feel like, vibe with each other. You're able to, like you said earlier, fill in the blanks when you guys have that. And I don't know, what you guys put out, we just saw part 1, super enjoyed it, very good. I'm excited to see part 2. Can't wait to see what you guys do after the whole Looky-loo series. Like, I feel like there's still like good things to come. I'm excited to see what you guys got rolling. It's gonna be good.
Very much appreciate that, dude. You never know how it's gonna hit people. I mean, by design, it's kind of a divisive or like polarizing kind of movie. So we're so happy, we're so grateful when people get it. And
it may have been like a Midwest thing. We're on the same vibe, we're on the same level, but like, dude, as soon as we saw it, we were both just like, oh my gosh, this is great.
We were tripping
crazy.
out right away with just the uniqueness of it.
Perfect,
but the visuals of everything, it was cool.
I had another question, if you don't mind me jumping in one more time real quick.
Go for it.
With your guys' like creative kills that you go on in there, is there any sort of thing, like, how do you guys come up with these? Are you just like off the cuffs? Is there something you're relating to? Is there any Easter egg within that? Or is it just like, do you have just like a couple in the chamber you're just waiting for? Or you're just like, how can we be creative with this? I don't know. I'm just curious.
I would say most of the creative kills have come from Nolan's brain, I think. But in part 1 especially, maybe a little bit in part 2, sometimes the practical nature of what we have to do to try to make it seem like it's done in a single take.
Makes it so real.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing. That saran wrap one was wild. Also, like he put on like an old film of her. Like that was diabolical.
I was gonna mention that too. Like, okay, one, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No.
One, I love that you guys use things that are in the homes of the victims. That's so cool that he's like, all right, well, this is cool. This is here. Maybe I'll use this. Or like he's even practicing at home at his house. And he's like, well, everyone has this. This is a common item. And then like with that video is what I was gonna ask was, with the video that she has playing, is that like her home video, like real like footage of her? Is it somebody else? Like what's the story behind that? Like the video within the video.
So yeah, that's my sister that we kill in the saran wrap.
Oh my god.
And the video is of me and her as kids.
Get the fuck out of here. That was really you guys back in the day.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm the little kid with the mullet singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
I love
So that's so crazy, guys. That's
what a
awesome.
homage to her being a star too.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, it did feel a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was like a really good shoot, and my sister's a pretty talented actress, and she it's not the first time I've killed her in a movie. So that was like fine, but like just having our home video playing
the real memories in it. Yeah.
It felt a little weird. It felt a little creepy.
I know.
That honestly, that hits a little different when you see a little bit of your reality. You're like, all right, this isn't make believe anymore.
It's hitting home.
There's a little bit of real in there.
But
I feel like those all
But she was a trooper, and actually you asked about like my favorite stuff from the shoot. That was a really cool instance of shooting because we had to kind of like figure out how that really long take would work and make sure that she could still breathe. So I bought a recessitube airway so she could just stick it out of her mouth. And it took and so like it took a few attempts to make sure she could breathe when I wrapped the thing around her, and we would have to reset. And then what happened is, as I went to drink the coffee in the kitchen, one of my students ran from off screen, took the thing out of her mouth, and then went back.
Oh wow!
Dude,
okay,
I love that.
I know that's so.
I love
fun.
the behind the scenes.
I know that's so cool. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
And wasn't it your nephew who came up with the idea of when he leaves it's static?
Yeah.
On the TV.
Oh, that was another cool shot too, where you had the old snow.
We gave him just kind of just to be cutesy, but that was the only suggestion he made in the whole movie, and we gave him like a script supervisor credit.
Hey, honestly, like it was I like it. It was a cool.
It was a cool idea. It was a good touch. Yeah.
I love that. I love also how like he takes these mementos and like even with the coffee mug, when he was drinking out of that, I was like, dude,
Ryan even said DNA all over the place.
Yeah, he's got to take this with him afterwards or something. He takes one drink and then he just pours it out and takes it with him. I'm like, oh my god, I love this.
Yeah,
like,
because we are nitpicky. That was one thing he was queuing up.
I was ready for it.
He was like, dude, this guy's gonna get caught in a second. No.
I just love how your guys' film spoke to us in such a way where I don't know if it is a Midwest thing. I know I already said this, but I'm gonna say it again. I feel like we are definitely on the same wavelength. Like there's something going on there. We really enjoyed the film. It was so good.
Well, I think when you grow up in the Midwest, like a lot of times you don't feel like you do have too much to do. So all you can do is walk around town. And for us as teenagers, we walked around towns with cameras, and sometimes it's filmed to film skateboarding or Jackass. Rip off
and make your own little fun things. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, or little horror movies.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I think it definitely hit home when we saw all the very similar like settings and everything like that.
Yeah.
Is we could put ourselves in the shoes. That's what made it also.
It was eerie.
Yeah. Again, another realism that we were kind of like, is this real?
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
You guys hit the mark. I feel like just dead on. It was really
Thanks,
good.
guys.
We're planning on and we're sort of in the early stages working on a book tie-in, like a true crime.
No way.
Basically going to be it's going to be like a fake true crime book. It's
right, of course,
written
fiction,
about
okay, but a deeper dive.
And I think you guys will probably enjoy reading that once it's up, based on this conversation alone and what you guys were getting.
It's gonna be like, is it gonna be like a cat and mouse where it's like a cop trying to catch him, or is it gonna be inside the mind of the killer, or how's it gonna be? Like, who are you following when you're reading this book?
I can't reveal that yet.
You're killing me. All right.
Any
Tell me when it comes out, because I want to read it.
I think realistically, I think it will come out after part 3, but I'm trying. I'm trying
Yeah,
to do
Don't
this.
have to rush it. You're good.
I think like our original plan was to have it come out between part 2 and part 3, but it's just the minutia. Like we're gonna wind up doing part 3 before he has time to finish the book.
Probably.
You know?
Is it going to be named similarly, or is the title still in the TBD,
Still
or can you not
workshopping?
release it, or?
I just have.
Oh, for the book?
Yeah, I had like a working title, but it's not actually the title, probably, because we haven't really gotten to talk about that too much, Jason. Right now, the document on my computer is called "The Hunt for the Looky-loo Killer," which is just a super generic name.
Again, though, even that's telling though. It makes me curious. I'm like, all right, he's gonna have someone on his tails. Like someone's gonna be obsessed. I gotta find this fucker.
I love it. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I have a lot of gears rolling. I don't want to say too much on camera because I don't want to be like, I don't know. But I am super excited for that. Off camera, we'll be chatting up like crazy.
I know, we're ready, man. But this was such an honor to have you guys on.
Dude, we appreciate this so much.
Awesome. Please, let's do this again for real.
Yes.
This is good. Unless, do you have anything else you want to add before we wrap things up?
I feel like I feel like we hit all the notes I can think of, really. I love the movie. I love the whole like Prowler aspect, the POV. It's crazy. What a great take. I feel like you guys nailed it. I don't know. Like, I really enjoyed it.
I agree. For the audience, please watch Looky-loo.
Yes.
It's a fucking banger. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Unique. You're going to love it. Part 2's obviously coming out. You're going to see part 2 at festivals. Be really soon. And then part 3 is going to be coming. Watch it if you haven't. This is going to be good.
The novel,
but yeah,
too.
Thank you guys so much for coming. This is awesome.
Yes.
Thank you guys for having us, man.
Yeah.
This was a blast.
We appreciate it so much.
If do it in person, we're very big on like, it feels more personal.
Yeah.
We love it.
We're really good.
We'll do what we got to do. But if you're here ever in town,
we appreciate whatever time you can give us. Is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. Do you have 2 more of those sick movie chairs you guys are sitting in, or are we gonna be like in beanbags?
I tell you what, man.
I might have to get some.
The storyline behind these is pretty crazy.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh man.
No worries. I'll have to upgrade our set a little bit before you get you guys in here. But it'd be awesome.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, guys.
No problem. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. You guys do great work.
Yes.
I love it.
We're excited to see what's to come. Thank you so much, and I guess have a good rest of your evening.
Keep us in touch.
Yeah.
You know, I know you got Ryan's number. I'll shoot you mine, or I'll have him shoot you mine anytime you guys are in town. Let's set something up. This will be fun.
Yes.
And then definitely let us know, Nolan, that book comes out because we're gonna be fucking reading.
I'm definitely gonna be looking at that.
Yeah. For sure.
We'll be giving you guys updates.
Expect a signed copy. All right.
God damn it, Ryan. All right. Love you guys. Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you. Dude, that was fucking awesome.
Woo!